Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is Marie Holiday, and today is Wednesday, October the 14th, 2020. And I hope everybody had a fabulous day. And before we get started, I just want to remind all of my subscribers and viewers to hit that subscribe button and notification button so you can be uploaded as I upload new videos. And with that being said, let's get started. The focus of this segment is going to be, do you move in silence? But before I get into that, let me just drink a little bit of my spice mixture. If the audience has been following my channel, you all are aware that I drink a spice mixture. And spices is just do a lot of things. It can prevent diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. It does wonders for your skin, wonders for your organs. And I drink this about 3 days out the week. It's a water base, and what I have in here is ginger, turmeric, cayenne pepper, black pepper, cinnamon, nutmeg, and I also put green tea in here in my mixture. And like I said, I drink this about 3 days out the week, and I typically drink it after my workout. I just got done working out. So with that being said, let me go ahead and drink my spice mixture. All done. And what I do once I drink my mixture, I follow it with water. And the audience is aware I drink a lot of water. And so with that being said, let's talk about, do you move in silence? Well, first of all, what do I mean by do you move in silence? Well, let me break this down to you. Do you move in silence? I'm going to give you my understanding of what that is. Do you move in silence? What that means is, for a person who moves in silence, and it takes skill to do that. For an individual who moves in silence is an individual who, first of all, does not tell their business. They ain't telling their business. They're not talking about and bragging about how much money they got and look at what vacation I went on. They're not. If they're in a relationship and get into an argument with their significant other, they're not posting that information on Facebook and talking about their argument and talking about the situation they're in and telling the people on the job and the people in the neighborhood about what's going on in their personal life and their personal life. They're not talking about their business. That's what I mean by, do you move in silence? They're not telling any and everybody, look what I bought, look at my brand new furniture I bought, or look at my brand new computer I bought, or my brand new flat screen. They're not doing all that. You're not going to see a person who moves in silence on YouTube or Facebook flashing their money, flashing their jewelry. Look at the nails I got done. Look at my new car. They're not doing all. A person who moves in silence, they ain't doing all that. None of that. That's what I mean by moving in silence. People who truly move in silence, they ain't broadcasting their life. They're not telling all of their business. They're not telling everybody about what they're about to do in the future. Their future plans, business plans, personal plans, travel plans. Basically, their whole life is not an open book. That's what I mean by, do you move in silence? Another definition of moving in silence, people who move in silence, they can be in any social situation, they can be in any meeting, in any kind of staff meeting, any type of social gathering. And for a person who moves in silence, they're going to be doing the listening and observing. You're going to see them, but they're not going to be seen. You're going to hear them, but you're not going to hear them. Basically, they're going to be invisible. But make no mistake, they're paying attention to what's being said. They're observing. That's what I mean by moving in silence. And it takes skill to do that. You know, they can literally, I'm going to give you an example. A real good example. I go to meetings on my job. And I have mastered the skill, especially in meetings. Especially in meetings on the job. I have mastered the skill of using silence as power in any kind of meeting I go to. I'm going to be listening. I'm going to be observing. I'll observe nonverbal. Because it's going to always be one or two people who doing all the doggone talking much about nothing. So that's another good example of moving in silence. I had a particular co-worker. This was some months ago. And we have gone to several meetings together. And so at the end of one of the meetings, the co-worker asked me, I wonder who Holiday is. They keep mentioning this Holiday, and I want to know who is Holiday. Who is Holiday? And I'm looking at her, and I'm thinking, and I'm going to several meetings with this co-worker. And I say, what do you mean, who is Holiday? I'm Holiday. She said, oh, you Holiday. And that's a good example of having the skills and ability to use silence as power. If you got the ability to have gone to several meetings with a co-worker and they don't even know you in the doggone meeting, because I'm doing a lot of listening and observing. That's another example of do you move in silence. So people who move in silence, their life is not an open book. They got the skills and ability to listen and observe. They can be seen but not be seen. They can be heard but not be heard. And they have the skills to get the other person to talk as a tactic and a technique to not do a whole lot of self-disclosing about themselves. And especially in any situation, neighborhood situation, social situation, job situation, you don't need to always be running your mouth. Use that power of silence to listen and observe and pay attention to body language. You can learn a lot about people. So with that being said, the only thing I'm going to end this with is, do you move in silence? Simplify. Audience, I hope you got something out of this. Have a great weekend.